Thank you for joining us on the Republic TV special broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. In the last 48 hours, and it's going to be 48 hours since Delhi was rocked by the blast, 10/11, 6:51 p.m. on the 10th of November, that's exactly 2 days ago. And we here at Republic TV have been live non-stop for the last 48 hours. And in the studio with me today is Aishwarya Kapoor, my colleague, along with Ridhavanand Bharadwaj. Shaheen will be joining us in just a few minutes. But with every single minute, Aishwarya, we have more bits of breaking news updates coming in. This evening, the headline has been about this red EcoSport. What do we know about this red Ford EcoSport?
Oh, that is the latest information, Rhythm, which has been coming in. That has just been found. Also the Form 59. That is the form, viewers, which we need to understand, Niranjan, that is filled in when a car is resold. So that has also been found, and from that, the car has been found, and we have also got the PUC certificate that was done. So that's the breaking news which is coming in. We have the number plate of the car also matching to the details which were given in by the Delhi police. So that's the latest which is coming in. The Form 59 of the car has clearly indicated to the new location of this EcoSport, the red cherry color EcoSport car, which has just been found. And that is the picture which is also coming in now. We are going to show our viewers on air as well. The latest picture is coming in. So we are beginning this bulletin with a bang-on breaking news coming in regarding not only the I-20, but also the new red EcoSport, about which Niranjan was just mentioning. Niranjan.
In fact, we'll just show that picture. It's not just about one car. It's about several cars. Two cars, to be precise, which have been under scanner. One is the Hyundai i20. The white Hyundai i20 Rhythm, which has been the car in which the explosives were, which exploded right outside the Red Fort Gate 1. Now, there has been a search for the second car, but visuals came in this morning. Look at that. That's before we go across to our first story.
That's the number, Rhythm.
That's the number plate of the red EcoSport. What kind of, when an alarm like this goes out, what kind of security apparatus kicks in in the national capital? Rhythm, if you want to talk about that while we also show you the picture.
So as we're going to tell you details about the car that is now found, second car is also suspected car, red Ford EcoSport found. The number there, Niranjan?
This is the number. So Rhythm, this appears to be the number from the PUC, the pollution certificate. The pollution certificate. So when you take a car, your car, to the PUC certification, and it happens across the country, they check the pollution levels in your car and a photo is taken. So this Ford EcoSport, this is the car, the red Ford EcoSport, not just the Hyundai i20, but the red Ford EcoSport. We've just got the picture on our screens right now, but Rhythm was telling us, Rhythm, while we talk about this picture, you can tell us also about the kind of security apparatus.
This is the suspicious car, Niranjan. This was found after the Monday's blast in the white i20 car. The Hyundai at Chandni Chowk, Delhi police were searching for the red EcoSport car, and as we're getting in details about this car, we're also getting chilling details about what really happened, which we showed yesterday with the Hyundai i20, Aishwarya.
Absolutely,
also, and how we showed the CCTV and how it captured the exact blast site.
It is a new modus operandi. It is a new system which is at play. The Delhi police today as well, we've seen DG NIA meeting DIB. They are looking at, for the first time, certified doctors getting into terror activities, and this new modus operandi of terror. 4 states, from Gujarat to Jammu Kashmir to Haryana to Delhi, and now more dots joining in. This car will only open more clues, because still we have to keep in mind the center of every investigation is that 300 kg of ammonium nitrate is yet to be found.
Once again, we show you the details of this car.
This is the PUC certificate. The PUC certificate, which is the pollution certificate of the car in question, which has
gives us more details about it.
Yes. Do you want to take our viewers through
when was it done? How was it done? Yeah. When was it done? How was it done? What all details? Who was the individual? Because there also has to be a sign, signatory, payment was made. Was it made through UPI? Yes. Was it made through cash? At which counter was it done? Which part of Delhi? Around Delhi? Where was it done? So all of these details will come out now.
Yeah. So all of this is about the red EcoSport, but if you want to lead our viewers into our first story.
Let's actually do that. That's the first thing that we're going to show you, like Niranjan and Aishwarya were talking about. We're also going to tell you details of the Hyundai i20, viewers. Dr. Umar Nabi, who was at that car, executed that professor at the Hyundai AI-20's front. And we're going to give you the chilling visuals of what really took place at that time, how critical investigation is now being done. It was being driven by the man now identified as Dr. Umar Nabi, the assistant professor from Haryana's Al-Falah University. Take a look at this report, which is getting more chilling details.
This is the moment when Delhi shook. The CCTV from the Red Fort crossing captures a routine rush hour traffic scene. Vehicles waiting for the signal to turn green on Netaji Subhash Marg near the Lal Killa metro station, gate number 1. And then, without a warning, a flash of red light, a deafening roar, and a massive fireball fills the frame. The white Hyundai i20, seconds earlier seen inching forward in traffic, is blown apart. Multiple vehicles go up in flames as terrified commuters run for cover. Investigators say this clip confirms the precise time and location of the explosion. And the car believed to have been driven by Dr. Umar Nabi, the suspect car bomber. Another CCTV camera captured the same I-20 car entering the Red Fort parking lot near the Sunehri Masjid. Inside, seated behind the wheel, is a man later identified as Dr. Umar Nabi, an assistant professor from the Al-Falah University in Faridabad, a terror doctor. For the next 3.5 hours, the car remained in the parking lot at the Red Fort. Investigators believe this is when the final preparations were made. Hours later, the same vehicle is seen driving out, only to explode at Chandni Chowk during peak evening traffic. Visuals of aftermath of the blast showed people bleeding profusely and crying for help. From Connaught Place to Red Fort, the movements of Dr. Terror Umar Nabi's Hyundai i20 are now central to the investigation. Delhi police and central agencies now piece together how a university professor turned suicide bomber brought terror to the heart of the capital.
And let's actually ask our friends here, and also going to get more investigation details, Niranjan and Aishwarya.
Yeah.
We're also going to be joined by Shavan about what these people... First, I'm going to get across our senior editor, Shavan Sen, also here.
Shavan is also in.
We're going to ask him about the conspirators and what they have revealed, Shavan, in the interrogation that has been done.
Well, in fact, Niranjan and Aishwarya, just a short while back when I spoke to a source of mine in Jammu and Kashmir to get further details of who these clerics are. It all starts with one cleric who was picked up. He's a Shopia-based cleric. It turns out that he was the one who was radicalizing. But he's a fifth educated. He's just a fifth educated person. But having said that, all of these terrorists that you see on your screens right now, each of them have been self-radicalized, part of Telegram chats, directly in connection with their handlers in Pakistan. And let me also give you the breaking news. Apart from Turkey, they essentially had a meeting in Turkey and they had a plan to further visit Afghanistan. So that was the other big thing. There was a physical meeting that took place in Turkey. The plan was to go further to Afghanistan. I have much more details. First, Niranjan, you can take it forward with regards to the
this part of the broadcast, we're talking about the investigation that happened. The grilling, the interrogation of Muzammil, Adil, Umar, of course, Umar Nabi is not alive, but Shaheen. Can we go to that wall, Aishwarya and Shavan, just to talk about how they were interrogated and what they told to the investigators? Starting with Adil, why Adil is important and what Adil told investigators?
Well, in fact, Adil was the second character, if I may say so. They were part of a full gang, Muzammil, Adil, as well as Nabi. Now, Nabi, of course, was the most highly radicalized one. Here, this man that you see on your screen, he was the one who was asked to establish a mini recruitment center. So what you see these are centers of radicalization. Al-Falah. In fact, Niranjan, tonight we are going to put out full details that I just got a short while back as to how this is becoming a center for radicalization. And Al-Falah, while the management, the trustees are basically washing their hands off,
yes,
it seems that there is a bigger character on the run right now.
From Al-Falah?
Yes.
This is going to be big. So, we will talk about the interrogation. And when you talk about the interrogation, one more key person in this entire module has been Shaheen. And we broke details of that. Aishwarya,
Yeah.
Shaheen Saeed is very interesting, right? And you can see her in the upper part of the cube there. That's Shaheen Saeed,
That's
right? She's very critical.
Very critical.
And what do we know about her role in this? Because she was also interrogated. She gave some details about how she coordinated. What can you tell us about her role?
No, she has not only coordinated her movement, first from Kanpur, then to Faridabad, though Shavan is just saying that all of these doctors, and they're all doctors, and then another doctor coming into play, but then she had a very important role passing on not only the information, but also a lot of indoctrination equipment, and also what we are being told right now, that the amount of ammonium nitrate, the route, she was a pivotal individual who decided that where this ammonium nitrate will be kept, and what more needs to be found out from her is for the agencies, because still there is one individual who is also said to be overseas, and there is more information, whether it's through Telegram or through other VoIP-based networks through which they were in connect, Shavan and Niranjan, more and more information is coming out every second.
Before we just play this out, can I just add one quick point here?
Please.
As far as Shaheen is concerned, one, there is a direct Pakistan link.
Correct.
In fact, Muzammil and Shaheen, they were together. Muzammil had kept the ammunition in Shaheen's car, and that was basically recovered later. How did they recover? Let me also just tell you this quick story here. Muzammil, the moment he was actually arrested, Shaheen got nervous, and it turns out that one of the weapon was actually dropped in a dustbin in Faridabad. Shaheen is the same person who was basically part of this entire women's brigade that Masood Azhar basically wanted to create. We're going to put out that more details with the
Rhythm with the
So
details.
we're also going to tell you, like Shavan is telling us about Shaheen, the terror doctor, we're going to tell you what's being revealed in the interrogation. But viewers, we're going to tell you the investigation of this white-collar jihad, and we're going to not mince our words. Islamist jihadis as they are, this network that we are giving you details about, these professional so-called doctors, these people have in their interrogation given out details. Adil, Shaheen, Muzammil, they've told the authorities now about their targets. They wanted to target temples and religious areas. Take a look at this report.
On 6:52 p.m. on the 10th of November, a Hyundai i20 car parked with ammonium nitrate detonated in the heart of the national capital. 12 lives lost, and the masterminds behind this crime were doctors. Terror doctors with notorious links to the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Almost 48 hours since, crucial details are now coming to fore on the conspiracy. This is Adil, a doctor at the Government Medical College of Anantnag. He was picked up on the 5th of November in Saharanpur. He was tasked with setting up a mini recruitment center for the Jaish and executing major terror attacks. He relocated from Srinagar to Saharanpur to lead the group's mission of hoarding arms and ammunitions. Once a medical college lecturer, Shaheen Shahid, arrested from Faridabad last week, has emerged as a key figure in the white-collar jihad module. Shaheen was tasked with establishing and leading Jaish-e-Mohammed's women's wing in India under the banner of Band Jamaat-ul-Momin. She was working to set up a woman-led radicalization and recruitment network on the Indian soil. Fresh details picked up from her interrogation also suggest that religious sites in Ayodhya and Varanasi were on Shaheen's hit list. The terror doctor's SOP included hoarding explosives and activating sleeper cell modules.
जो इलाके के लोग हैं वो अब तक ये बात स्वीकार कर नहीं पा रहे हैं कि इस तरीके के बड़े घटनाक्रम में, इस तरीके के टेरर एंगल में किसी तरह का लेना देना शाहीन और उसके भाई का है। तस्वीर एक बार फिर आपको दिखाते हैं। ये कॉलोनी है उनकी, ये कॉलोनी की बस्ती है और आप देखेंगे लोग घर के बाहर झांक रहे हैं जब पुलिस आ रही है या मीडिया के लोग आ रहे हैं, और लगातार यहाँ पर पुलिसकर्मी भी मौजूद हैं। गली में घर है और गली में घर में जो इस समय परिजन मौजूद हैं उनमें जो उनके पिता हैं वो मौजूद हैं, उनके भाई मौजूद हैं। भाई से हमने बात की। भाई तो सीधे तौर पर अब भी नकार रहे हैं, जबकि एविडेंस सामने आ चुका है, जबकि हथियार बरामद गाड़ी में हो चुका है उनकी बहन के, वो अब तक इस बात को नकार रहे हैं कि ये कैसे हो सकता है। और जो हमने पूछा कि अगर ये है और आप इसके ऊपर आप चाहेंगे कि कोई आगे चल के सजा उनको हो, तो बोले जब फैसला आएगा तब हम देखेंगे।
The interrogation of the arrested suspect, Muzammil, has revealed shocking details about the larger terror plot. Muzammil and Umar Nabi had conducted a recce of the Red Fort area earlier this year as a part of the plan to carry out multiple terror attacks on the 26th of January. Intelligence retrieved from the dumped data of his mobile phone matched his presence in and around the site. Interrogation of the arrested suspects has further revealed that the terror cell was also planning to target a crowded marketplace during Diwali. With each passing day, excruciating details lay bare the white-collar jihad module.
In fact, today, Shawan, we have something about Shaheen that we want to share with our viewers, something that has not been reported before. Let's play this from the beginning. Now, we tracked her down. The Republic team tracked her down. Look at this. This is, by the way, let's go frame by frame. Shaheen Saeed is from Lucknow, and she has roots in Lucknow. Her family has been traced to Lucknow. Her family is being questioned, right? And we traced her. And when you look at her profile, very interesting, her profile on LinkedIn. Let's go frame by frame. Let's go to the next frame. When you track her, what you see very interestingly, of course, medical college mein assistant lecturer, but she, in her skills, clinical research, has 8 endorsements. 8 endorsements, and we were keen on seeing who had endorsed Shaheen Saeed. And when we went to the endorsements, the first name that came up, Shawan, Parvez Ul Hasan, Director of Academics, blah, 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 blah. But see the last word, Bahawalpur. Look at this, Bahawalpur. And where is Bahawalpur? Bahawalpur is in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, here is where it gets even more interesting. This Parvez Ul Hasan from Bahawalpur is not a random person who went to Shaheen Saeed's profile and endorsed her. What we then found out even further is Parvez Ul Hasan is not just somebody from Pakistan, has spent time in Saudi Arabia and has, hold your breath, links to Pakistan Air Force, Pakistan Army, Rawalpindi and the Noor Khan base. Let's go and show you the links of Shaheen Saeed with Pakistan and the Pakistan ISI. And when we scroll down, we were keen on seeing who this is. Let's just scroll down and as the video plays, you will see all the links of this Parvez Ul Hasan, who Shaheen Saeed was linked to. Lahore, Liaquat Medical College, Pakistan. And then if you play the video a little bit more, let's play it more, and then the entire profile of this person comes up who knows Shaheen Saeed. And then, here's the interesting part. Director of Procurement, Pakistan Air Force Medical Branch. He endorsed Shaheen Saeed. So why would somebody in the Peshawar PAF headquarters, Pakistan, endorse Shaheen Saeed? And this is not where it ends. This interesting, it gets interesting, Shawan, because there are 2 more parts. You can just talk about the profile of this person. If you just play the video a little bit more, Aditi, there are two more profiles of this person. He didn't just serve in the Pakistan Air Force Medical Branch, but he also served as a deputy commandant. Look at this. Yeah.
When was the endorsement essentially done? Because that will give us an idea that probably the link.
Yeah.
For how long has she been associated?
Well, that is something we don't know. You can't trace it. LinkedIn will never tell you. But this man who had endorsed Shaheen Saeed was a commanding officer at the military hospital Rahim Yar Khan base in Pakistan. Is it normal? Is it normal, Shawan, for somebody sitting in Pakistan with a medical background, having roots in the Pakistan ISI, Pakistan Army, Pakistan Air Force, to endorse a random doctor sitting in Lucknow, Shaheen Saeed?
Well, in fact, she's no random doctor, if I may say so, Niranjan. The reason being that she's essentially an important part of this entire module and someone who has direct links right now with Jaish-e-Mohammed. The reason being, when she was basically questioned by the Jammu and Kashmir police, she started singing. She ended up talking about Omar's role, where she was the one who told the Srinagar police that it is Omar who was basically egging the others to carry out multiple attacks. Yeah. And that's the reason why there'll be more details coming in the morning when Faridabad, the police had carried out the crackdown. That is when Omar basically activated. Muzammil and Adil were the ones who were amassing the explosives for 2 years. And Aishwarya, in a short while, can join us on this, that Umar had gone underground, resurfaced recently. Now, that's the time when he was in Faridabad. I do have a confirmation right now. For those who did not know, who were asking this question, where was Umar all this while? The answer is, and the news, the breaking news here is that Umar was in Faridabad.
All along.
Umar, in fact, was there on the day when these searches were being carried out.
Was he
in fact,
off?
yes, it seems that he was aware of what was happening, and that is the reason why he had quickly moved out of the place. So we do have a confirmation right now that before this attack was carried out, it was he was in Faridabad. And in fact, Aishwarya, you were pointing out about Saharanpur. I just got a little bit more details. You can add it to it. It seems that there are radicalized Maulvis in Saharanpur. The search right now is for those. They are basically
and are
trying
they all
to find,
linked
and
to the first
Deoband
man
link.
in Shopia, which you mentioned?
It seems all of them are basically linked. But what you pointed out this morning, when you said that this was the Deoband group, it is the case, because right now, if you look at Al-Falah's background, and if you look at what you were saying this morning,
they are connected.
They are connected. So you
they
can probably
so
add.
Two connections are out there. One is the open Jaish connect, and then the other, the whole Maulvi groups. And they're all connected to either Saharanpur or Shopia. But the main man in Shopia is also connected to Saharanpur. So via Pakistan, Jaish has hit where it matters. We all know that Saharanpur is somewhere or the other the hub, the clerical hub, from where Maulvis go to not only Jammu and Kashmir, but even overseas. So that is, in somewhere or the other, the nucleus of all the Maulvis. So if that is hit, that means there are going to be several others which are going to be on the radar of the agencies.
And therefore, what Shavan was telling us, the fresh revelations about Shaheen are so critical. She's now singing to the authorities. What the multiple agencies have now zeroed in on is her links to Jaish-e-Mohammed and its women's wing. During interrogation, she has admitted that JEM's big plan was to target temples in Uttar Pradesh. Watch this report.
A top woman recruiter from Pakistan's Jaish-e-Mohammed. That's how investigators are now describing terror Dr. Shaheen Shahid. The Lucknow-based doctor arrested in connection with the Faridabad terror module. Sources tell Republic that during interrogation, Shaheen admitted to targeting religious sites in Uttar Pradesh, including Ayodhya and Varanasi. The UP ATS has now confirmed that temples and religious gatherings were on her radar, plans that could have led to a massive tragedy had they not been foiled in time. Temples, sleeper cells and women recruits, all part of a chilling blueprint. Shaheen's arrest followed the capture of Kashmiri Dr. Muzammil Ghani, alias Museb, the man from whom 2,900 kilograms of explosives was seized in Faridabad. An AK-47 rifle and pistol recovered from a car registered in Shaheen's name further tied her into the module's logistic chain. Investigators say Shaheen was tasked by Sadia Azhar, the sister of JEM founder Masood Azhar, to set up the Jamaat-ul-Mominat, the women's wing of JEM in India. She allegedly used social media channels to contact women sympathizers across Lucknow, Kanpur and Saharanpur. The NIA and UP ATS teams carried out late-night searches at her Lucknow residence and seized hard drives, mobile phones and documents.
हम आए घर की तलाशी में, बस और घर की तलाशी में क्या क्या कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं कुछ नहीं मिला। एक बार और बताएंगे नहीं बताएंगे आप कोर्ट से ऑर्डर ले आइए तो भी नहीं बताएंगे। क्या बात हुई कुछ नहीं कहना है।
बहन से बातचीत में इतने समय से नहीं थी, क्यों? बस इतनी सी बात है।
अब हमें फोन करता था, वो फोन नहीं उठाती थी। अब भाई आपके परिवार में भी रहा होगा भाई, विवाद हर घर में रहता है।
आखिरी बार कब बात हुई थी शाहीन से आपकी?
आखिरी बार हमारी बात हुई, हमारी करीब 4 साल ताल्लुक नहीं है कोई।
क्यों ऐसा क्यों हुआ? बहन है आपकी, ताल्लुक नहीं है?
कुछ पारिवारिक मतलब जैसे होता है वो।
अभी वो किनके साथ थी? अभी वो जिस ग्रुप के साथ थी?
अब ग्रुप के साथ नहीं मालूम मुझे कि ग्रुप क्या है। वो तो भाई मीडिया में जैसे आप बता रहे हो, जो आप बता रहे हो वही जो हम टीवी पे देख रहे हैं वही हम सब जगह देख रहे हैं। हमें कोई
Back in Kanpur, officials at GSVM Medical College confirmed that Shaheen had joined as a lecturer in 2006 but stopped reporting for duty after 2013. After years of absence, she was terminated in 2021.
Visuals show investigators scanning old employment records at the college late into the night.
आतंकी मॉड्यूल की महिला विंग कमांडर डॉक्टर शाहीन का कानपुर कनेक्शन निकलकर सामने आया। दरअसल आपको बता दें 2006 में यूपी पीएससी के द्वारा चयन किया गया था और उसके बाद उनको ज्वाइनिंग कानपुर में 2006 में जीएसवीएम मेडिकल कॉलेज में की गई थी। बतौर यहीं पर फार्मोलॉजी विभाग में वो तैनात थी और उसके बाद यहाँ पे 2009 में उनको कन्नौज ट्रांसफ़र किया गया था, लेकिन 6 महीने बाद ही उन्होंने वापस दोबारा अपना ट्रांसफ़र कानपुर ही करा लिया था और 2013 तक यहीं पर जो डॉक्टर शाहीन है वो तैनात थी और उसके बाद यहाँ से गोपनीय तरीके से लापता हो गई थी और उसके बाद उनको कई नोटिस दिए गए, लेकिन उन्होंने किसी भी नोटिस का कोई जवाब नहीं दिया।
हमारी 9 या 10 साल रही थी।
किस सन में शादी हुई थी?
2003
में। और डाइवोर्स कब हुआ?
2012-13।
क्या इस दौरान कभी उनकी गतिविधि ऐसी लगी आपको कि किसी आतंकी मॉड्यूल से उनका कनेक्शन है?
ना भाई, कोई मतलब ही नहीं था।
Officials say that Shaheen came into contact with JEM-linked operatives after her divorce in 2015. She reportedly shifted to Faridabad, joined Al-Falah University, where she met Muzammil and became part of his network.
हम लोग हमसे तो काफ़ी बड़े हैं, वो हम लोग तो बचपन से देख रहे हैं उनको। बस शादी बाद कानपुर से शादी हुई थी, उनका तलाक हो गया था। फिर हमारे ख्याल से वो जहाँ तक कंफर्म नहीं, जहाँ तक वो सऊदी में भी दुबई नौकरी की हैं। उसके बाद हमारे ख्याल से वो बॉम्बे चली गई। उसके बाद पता नहीं, मतलब बहुत कम हमने देखा
थी। यहाँ तो बात होती थी आपकी कभी?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं बात, बचपने में बात वो, उसके बाद आदमी अपने काम में लग जाता, कहाँ किस बात तक टाइम रखा हुआ है।
Investigators believe Shaheen's arrest is crucial to unearthing this white-collar terror network. Professionals using their status and education to evade suspicion while aiding Pakistan-based handlers. UP ATS is closely working into possible links between Shaheen's network and the Red Fort blast. Teams have already inspected the site, searching for overlapping evidence between the two cases. The NIA has now taken over the case, tracking Shaheen's digital footprint, travel logs and communication with cross-border handlers. For a woman once known for her academic brilliance, investigators say her journey from the classroom to the terror network marks a chilling reminder of radicalization's reach. From a lecturer's desk in Kanpur to a terror cell in Faridabad, terror Dr. Shaheen Shahid's story is one of dangerous deceit and deep infiltration. As investigators trace the expanding trail, her interrogation may hold key to unraveling a network that came alarmingly close to striking at India's heartland.
Well, next looking at the radicalized Muslim clerics. These are the Muslim clerics who were on Jaish-e-Mohammed's payrolls, and the role of these Muslim clerics, Shavan, becomes extremely critical, also because they were not just the ones coordinating, but they were the actual recruiters. If you can call it that, they were the recruiters of white-collar jihad, correct?
Well, in fact, it all starts with Shopia-based Maulvi Irfan. Maulvi Irfan, 5th standard educated, but having said that, was the one who started this radicalization program in a manner, targeting especially the white-collar professionals, because that was the aim that was given by Jaish-e-Mohammed. It turns out that when he was taken into custody, initial days he did not reveal much. When his mobile phone was basically analyzed, they basically got details of a Telegram chat. In fact, in that Telegram chat, they were able to confirm that he was in touch with a handler in Pakistan, and that happens to be Jaish terrorist Khatib. When he basically gave the information that he was in touch with a doctor, and that Dr. Muzammil, he also revealed that Dr. Muzammil had an AK-47 in his residence. That's how Jammu and Kashmir police first landed up at the residence of Dr. Muzammil. The other happens to be another Maulvi. Now, he was a Mewat-based Maulvi, but he's the man who was basically providing logistical support. In fact, there are 2 houses. In all this while, all of us were basically told, in fact, we had our reporters going inside one home in Faridabad. The second home, in fact, had explosives packed in 88 bags, about 2,900 kilograms. And the key of that house was actually with this Maulvi.
So
he's now been taken into
when you're
custody.
talking about this Imam Irfan, it's also details that are coming out, Shavan, that this network, he recruited medical professionals, he was raising funds, he arranging logistics, electronic gadgets were seized during the raids at his residence, providing leads to a very wide nexus.
I'm just breaking away from Adil and Irfan and all of that. I'm asking you a question. We've reported on Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik was a radical terror preacher.
Yes.
And we saw how difficult it was. And when we questioned Zakir Naik, everyone went after us. Right from, not from Republic, even before Republic, was launched.
True.
We were fighting Zakir Naik. And when we said that radical terror preachers like Zakir Naik are dangerous, there was an entire ecosystem that batted for them.
Yes.
Right? So, how important does this case become when you talk about radical Islamization that Arnab speaks about? How critical does this case become for us and our agencies?
I think very critically what Shavan is saying, this will be a watershed moment, not only because it's about Zakir Naik, Niranjan, but also Burhan Wani, Afzal Guru. All those times when we spoke up, there was this lobby that is being funded by social NGOs. Even today, it's saying Al-Falah University is also dubiously linked with certain Arabs giving it funds. So all these funds come from these NGOs, and now it's really time to call out, like we're saying, these Islamist radicals. So as we're looking into this picture, the Jammu and Kashmir network that we're talking about, that's launched this massive crackdown across the valley, targeting terror, also networks. We're also now going to tell you this operation, like Shavan was telling us, follows Maulvi Ahmed Wage, Imam from Shopian, who's the mastermind, like you were telling us. He's radicalized doctors. Right. The police have conducted raids at 300 locations. Shavan?
In fact, when I asked this question to someone who's part of the investigating team, and I said that how is it possible that someone who's so well educated, and let me make this clear, all of these doctors who have been taken into custody, they have fantastic academic records. And they have clear records if you go by the police report. But despite that, they were radicalized. Could that have been by one Shopian cleric? That's not the case. Yes. The answer that I was given was they were self-radicalized.
Yes.
What does self-radicalized mean?
Now, it means that they have been able to go through the literature that they were having access to. It seems that they were already in touch with a few people across the border. So, obviously, the Shopian cleric was just perhaps he had egged them, but the real work was already done.
Can we just look at some of the pointers?
And as we look at it, please go ahead towards that. I do want to say that they live in India, they eat in India, they breed in India, but these termites need to just go off to Pakistan.
Well, Rhythm, look at the kind of role that they played in this module. There are two clerics, primarily Shavan, two Maulvis, and we're calling them the Maulvis of Jaish because they were on Jaish's payroll. These were the clerics on Jaish's payroll. We don't have this Ishtiyaq character's photo yet. We don't yet. But what do we know about him, if you can tell us, Shavan?
He's from Mewat, and in fact, he used to frequently travel to Jammu and Kashmir. He was directly in touch with, you have the three terror doctors. In fact, it turns out that he was the logistical man in the sense that he was taking care of the two places in Faridabad, two houses where they were coming and going quite frequently, and they were basically amassing the weapons. And let me just tell you, Niranjan, that they have been amassing the weapons for 2 years, so they certainly needed one location. Now, what I'm not very sure right now, for how long were they going to the two locations, that I'm not very sure.
And this is the key man. We've been talking about him, the fifth pass Maulvi, who then went on to lure people like Muzammil or radically inspire people like Muzammil. His name, Imam Irfan Ahmed Wage. We've been talking about him. We have his picture. We in fact even spoke to his family members, but that's more of that in the report that we will play right now from Shopian, Jammu and Kashmir. And he used to radicalize students using Telegram. And then Rhythm, you can take us through the report that you have on your end on this entire Maulvis, the 4 Maulvis that we're talking about.
All right, absolutely. Like we're talking about, we're going to go across and show the Maulvis of Jaish that Niranjan and Shavan were talking about. We're going to show you this angle that we've been looking at very, very closely. The white-collar terror module, Muslim clerics, Ahmad Ishtiyaq arrested. They are the masterminds of this Delhi terror attack. The police have nabbed them, they brainwash students, but the bigger picture as this multi-state white-collar terror module is being looked at, the biggest Muslim clerics of Jaish that we're going to show you. Take a look.
A multi-state operation busted the white-collar terror module. Further investigations have put 2 Muslim clerics in the public eye. In the investigation that started after spotting of Jaish posters at Srinagar in mid-October, 2 overground workers with history of stone pelting and close association with Jaish and Lashkar-e-Toiba were later arrested. The first Muslim cleric arrested was from Shopian. His name, Irfan Ahmad Wagai, who is accused of being the mastermind behind the white-collar terror module in Faridabad. Irfan Ahmad worked as a former medical worker at the Government Medical College and as an imam in Naugam. He allegedly lured medical professionals towards radical ideologies and brainwashed his students by showing Jaish videos. Investigations have also revealed that the imam's ties were with Dr. Muzammil Sheikh, a close aide of Dr. Muhammad Umar, who allegedly carried out the Red Fort blast. The second cleric detained from Mewat, Haryana is Hafiz Muhammad Ishtiaq, residing in a rented accommodation within the Al-Falah University campus. Ishtiaq has been taken to Srinagar for further questioning. Earlier, the investigators seized over 2,500 kilograms of ammonium nitrate, potassium chlorate and sulfur from his home. Police say that the duo were in constant communication and is suspected to arranging logistics and dispersing radical content and recruitment of a larger terror module. With the latest arrest, the agencies believe that they have nabbed the core group behind the deadly blast, but the investigation is far from over.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we here on Republic are getting you all the investigative angles, everything that you need to know on the 10/11 blast. Shravan, Rhythm and me will take a short break right now. In exactly 2 minutes, more about the Al-Falah University. All eyes are on that campus. We'll tell you why.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध, MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा राजा और प्योर मसाला।
If you can see the mangled remains of that auto rickshaw, and imagine this auto rickshaw is not even the auto rickshaw where the blast happened. Around 15 fire tenders were dispatched to the area, but to no avail because it was very, very late. The blast had happened, it was immediate, it was severe, the fire was huge. Without any doubt, if you look at it, this appears to be a terrorist attack. The severity and the intensity, this is a major incident. The visuals which we are seeing on the screen are visuals just around 7 o'clock. This blast is reported somewhere between 6:45 and 7 o'clock. The death toll is rising right now. We have NIA on the spot. This is a huge explosion because there are the mangled remains of multiple cars. We are told that in a whole area of 150 meters, nothing really was not brought to absolute ruin. You see the signs of the devastation, ladies and gentlemen. If you can see the mangled remains of that auto rickshaw, and imagine this auto rickshaw is not even the auto rickshaw where the blast happened. Around 15 fire tenders were dispatched to the area, but to no avail because it
Breaking news coming in, ladies and gentlemen, going straight to the pictures and the video of the red Ford EcoSport has been found right now. Let's go full frame to the pictures of the red EcoSport. We were talking about the red EcoSport. This is the car. Umar Nabi owned this car and this car has now been recovered. Trying to gather all the details. Shawan, it was registered not in his name, but another car was purchased. We can only hazard a guess why.
Well, in fact, it was Umar who was holding this car along with Muzammil. They had procured the car from Okhla is what we are given to understand. The original owner of this particular Ford EcoSport, the red EcoSport, was a man called Pawan Gupta. Thereafter, it went to Devinder and finally it reaches Umar.
Pankaj Gupta, I think. Pankaj Gupta.
Yeah, it may be. In the sense that it was, the first owner was someone else.
Yeah.
It was sold once again. Just like the case of Hyundai i20. You've... okay.
Komal is live.
It seems Komal is there. Komal...
She's live, so we'll cut across live to her. Yes.
थी पुलिस की 5 टीमें जो है तलाश कर रही थी कि आखिर जो है ये गाड़ी कहाँ पे है। पुलिस को ये जांच के दौरान इस बात का पता लगा था कि i20 गाड़ी के साथ साथ जो है एक इको स्पोर्ट्स गाड़ी भी है जो लाल कलर की है, जिसके बाद पुलिस जो है लगातार उस लाल गाड़ी की तलाश कर रही थी। तलाशी के बाद फरीदाबाद के इसी खंडावली गाँव से जो है ये गाड़ी की बरामदगी हुई है। हालांकि देखिए अभी भी जो यहाँ पे पुलिस जो है वो आपको नजर आ रही होगी, लेकिन साफ तौर पर बात करें तो यहाँ पे फॉरेंसिक की टीमों को भी यहाँ पे बुलाया गया है और यहाँ पे लगातार देखिए तलाशी जो है अभी नहीं ली गई है। एफएसएल और जांच एजेंसियां की टीम यहाँ पे लगातार पहुंच रही है और यहाँ पे देखिए जो जानकारी मिल रही है करीब 2 से ढाई घंटे पहले जो है पुलिस को यहाँ पे एक पुलिस को एक टिप मिला था कि ये गाड़ी जो है यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई है। अगर हम अल्फाला यूनिवर्सिटी और इस दौज गाँव की बात करें, वहाँ से जो है ये हार्डली 20 मिनट का ये रास्ता है। ऐसे में एक्सप्रेसवे से आप अंदर आएंगे तो वो रास्ता जो है पकड़ करके आप खंडावली गाँव पहुँचते हैं और फरीदाबाद का ये एरिया है। तो ऐसे में यहाँ पे पुलिस जो है वो लगातार जांच कर रही थी, क्योंकि फरीदाबाद की बात करें तो पिछले 2 दिनों से फरीदाबाद में जिस तरह से फरीदाबाद पूरी तरह से सुर्खियों में बना हुआ है, आतंकी मॉड्यूल का जो है पर्दाफाश हुआ है। उमर की बात करें और जिस तरह से ये गाड़ी का डिटेल्स निकल करके सामने आया था, गाड़ी के आरटीओ डिटेल्स की अगर हम बात करें तो उसमें उमर नबी के नाम पर, और फास्टैग रिचार्ज की बात करें तो उसमें उमर नबी के जो है नाम पर जो है ये फास्टैग रिचार्ज भी हुआ था और उसी के बाद जो है कनेक्शंस जो है वो पूरी तरह से जोड़े गए थे कि ये कोइंसिडेंस नहीं हो सकता है। उसके बाद पुलिस को जो है एक टिप मिलती है, उसी के अनुसार जो सूत्रों से जानकारी मिल रही है पुलिस खंडावली गांव पहुंचती है और यहाँ पे जो है पुलिस जो है यहाँ पे पहुंचती है और पुलिस को वो गाड़ी जो है वो मिली हुई नजर आती है। एफएसएल की टीम का इंतजार हो रहा है। ये देखिए बहुत ही सुनसान इलाका है, एकदम गाँव का ये इलाका है और पूरा ही सुनसान इलाका है। अगर अंदर की तरफ देखें पुलिस ने इस पूरे इलाके को कार्डन ऑफ कर दिया है। थोड़े से अंदर अगर हम आपको तस्वीरें दिखाएं, यहाँ से दिखा रहे हैं, आगे नहीं जा रहे हैं सर, बस थोड़ा सा यहाँ से तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं। पंकज थोड़ा इधर आइएगा, क्योंकि देखिए ये
She's live from there. We're at the spot, Shawan, where this car was found. We'll cut back to Komal any second now. Yes, let's go back live.
एफएसएल की टीम का इंतजार किया जा रहा है। पुलिस यहाँ पे है, पूरे इलाके को जो है पुलिस ने कार्डन ऑफ कर दिया है, यानी इधर से अंदर किसी को नहीं जाने दिया जा रहा है। सर थोड़ा सा
नहीं आप प्लीज
मिल गई है प्लीज। क्या एफएसएल की टीम आई है? सर एफएसएल की टीम का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। तो देखिए पुलिस जो है वो बात नहीं कर रही है, लेकिन अगर हम देखें तो देखिए सर क्या एफएसएल की टीम का इंतजार कर रहे हैं?
पता नहीं, अफसर बताएंगे।
सर अभी गाड़ी कितने दूर है यहाँ से, कितने देर से?
हमें नहीं पता जी।
सर कितनी दूरी पे है?
नहीं पता।
कितने देर से है सर?
आप साइड में चलो, यही नहीं पता।
तो देखिए पुलिस जो है कुछ भी कहने से बच रही है। हालांकि गाड़ी जो है इसी के अंदर खड़ी हुई है, जो हमें जानकारी मिली है, तस्वीरें भी दिखा रहे हैं। अच्छा सर कब से है पुलिस फोर्स जो है काफी ज्यादा
आप जाके अफसरों से बात करो।
देखिए, एक तरफ यहाँ पे पुलिस की टीम है, दूसरी तरफ गांव के लोगों की बात करें तो देखिए यहाँ पे पूरी तरह से लोगों की जो भीड़ है वो इकट्ठा हो गई है। भारी संख्या में यहाँ पे आपको लोग भी नजर आ रहे होंगे, भारी संख्या में।
She's live from the location there. Shravan, we don't have any details what's inside the car. Once again, no details what's inside the car, but the car has been seized. The police not letting us go close to the car. We're right next to the car, but they're not letting us go close to the car. Obviously it's not safe. We don't know what's inside the car. Rhythm, we don't know what's inside the car.
Yes.
But the car has been traced. Car has been seized. The hunt for the car has ended. The hunt for the red Ford EcoSport has ended, Rhythm.
It's a significant breakthrough that's coming in right now. The red Ford EcoSport car linked to the suspect in the deadly blast near Delhi's Red Fort was located near Faridabad, where Komal was joining us. The Khandewali village on Wednesday, the massive search operation that we were looking at. In fact, it's the Delhi police, the Haryana police, the UP police, all of them were on high alert. Let's go back to Komal, who's back with us.
Yes,
Komal, और details बताइए, आप वहाँ पे पुलिस थी, उनसे बात करने की और जानकारी लेने की कोशिश कर रही थी। कुछ आपकी बातचीत में आपको पता चला है?
देखिए, बातचीत की बात अगर करें तो सबसे पहले मैं आपको दिखाऊं तो यहाँ पे इस पूरे इलाके को देखिए पुलिस ने कार्डन ऑफ कर दिया है। यहाँ से आगे जाने नहीं दिया जा रहा है। लेकिन जो गाड़ी मिली है, जिस लाल कलर की गाड़ी की तलाशी लगातार पुलिस कर रही थी, क्योंकि पुलिस को जब जांच की आगे बढ़ी, पुलिस को जानकारी मिली कि I-20 के साथ साथ जो है एक लाल कलर की इको स्पोर्ट्स गाड़ी जो है वो भी उमर उसका इस्तेमाल करता था। जब उसके पूरे डिटेल्स में हम गए तो उसमें उमर का नाम निकल करके सामने आ रहा था फास्टैग रिचार्ज वाले में। और ऐसे में उसके बाद पुलिस की 5 टीमें मिल करके गाड़ी की तलाशी कर रही थी। और ये वही इलाका है, खंडावली गांव है, फरीदाबाद का ये खंडावली गांव है। और इधर ही से बात करें तो देखिए यहाँ पे पुलिस की टीम, सर हम यहाँ से दिखा रहे हैं, आगे नहीं जा रहे हैं, बस यहाँ से तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं, बस इतनी तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं।
थोड़ा साइड में चलो, थोड़ा साइड में चलो आप।
देखिए वो लाल कलर की गाड़ी, पंकज इधर आइएगा, पंकज थोड़ा इधर आइए। FSL की टीम का इंतजार किया जा रहा है, जांच एजेंसियों का इंतजार किया जा रहा है। हम आगे नहीं जा रहे सर, हम यहाँ से वो तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं। वो देखिए वो गाड़ी जो है लाल कलर की गाड़ी, थोड़ा सा जूम इन करिए। वैसे देखिए रात का समय है तो बहुत अच्छे से ये आपको नजर नहीं आएगा, लेकिन आगे एक गाड़ी नजर आ रही है, वो वही लाल कलर की गाड़ी है जो यहाँ पे लगी हुई है। अब इंतजार किया जा रहा है कि जांच एजेंसियां यहाँ पे आएंगी, FSL की टीम यहाँ पे आएगी और उसके बाद वो इस गाड़ी की जांच करेगी। यानी पुलिस की 5 टीमें बनाई गई थी और बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि जो है वो भी पुलिस के लिए है, क्योंकि पुलिस की 5 टीमें लगातार तलाशी में जुट गई थी इस कार को लेकर के। और ऐसे में पुलिस के लिए एक सफलता भी कह सकते हैं। और वो गाड़ी आगे लगी हुई है, लेकिन इंतजार FSL की टीम का, जांच एजेंसियों का किया जा रहा है। अगर इस गांव की ही बात करें तो देखिए लोगों का जमावड़ा जो है वो यहाँ पे आपको नजर आ रहा होगा। लोगों की भीड़ जो है वो यहाँ पे इकट्ठा हो गई है, लोगों की भारी भीड़ आपको देखने को मिल रही है। तो ऐसे में लोग भी देखने आए हैं कि आखिर क्या हुआ है। लेकिन जहां से ये गाड़ी बरामद हुई है, सूत्रों से जो हमें जानकारी मिल रही है उसके अनुसार देखिए जो उमर है उसके दोस्त का ये फार्म हाउस था जहां पे ये गाड़ी लगी हुई थी। इस पूरे इलाके की बात करें तो बेहद ही ग्रामीण इलाका है। फरीदाबाद अल-फलाह यूनिवर्सिटी और दौज गांव, जहां पे मुजम्मिल के देखिए पास से जो है भारी संख्या में विस्फोटक सामग्री बरामद होती है। वहां से अगर इस गांव की दूरी की बात करें, बहुत ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है, यानी 20 से 25 मिनट हमें वहां से यहाँ पे पहुंचने में लगा है। और ऐसे में बहुत ही अंदर इंटीरियर एरिया है, ग्रामीण इलाका है। इससे एक बात साफ है कि ये इंटीरियर यानी ग्रामीण इलाकों का जो है इस्तेमाल कर रहे थे। ग्रामीण इलाकों में जो है अपना, जैसे अब ये दूसरी गाड़ी की भी बरामदगी हुई है, यानी सोच समझ के साजिश के तहत जो है पूरी तरह से एक प्लॉट रचा गया और उसके बाद इस पूरे मॉड्यूल को जो है अंजाम देने की कोशिश की जा रही थी। और ऐसे में फिलहाल लोगों की भीड़, एक तरफ यहाँ पे पुलिस ऑफिशियल्स आपको नजर आ रहे होंगे और थोड़ी ही आगे जो है वो लाल गाड़ी भी लगी हुई है।
कोमल, आप थोड़ा बात कीजिए उनके साथ, आप थोड़ा बात कीजिए। आपके पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उनसे बात कीजिए। उन्होंने कब देखा ये कार, कितने दिन से ये कार वहां पे है?
बिल्कुल, देखिए यहाँ पे कुछ लोग हैं, हम उनसे भी बातचीत करेंगे और जानेंगे कि आखिर ये गाड़ी क्या उन्होंने कभी देखी। यहाँ पे एक लाल कलर की गाड़ी जिसको लेकर के पुलिस भी पहुंची है। आपने वो गाड़ी देखी थी?
गाड़ी नहीं देखी।
आपने वो गाड़ी देखी सर?
नहीं देखी हमने।
एक लाल कलर की गाड़ी पुलिस को मिली है, पुलिस लगातार तलाशी कर रही है।
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ भी।
दिल्ली में जो ब्लास्ट हुआ उसके बारे में पता है?
नहीं
इनको पता
में जो
नहीं
ब्लास्ट
है,
हुआ,
हाँ पता है।
देखिए उसी से जुड़ा ये मामला निकल करके सामने आया। आपको ये पूरा मामला पता है?
बिल्कुल।
और देखिए जो गाड़ी मिली है और इस ब्लास्ट का जो मास्टरमाइंड है उमर, कहा जा रहा है कि उसी की गाड़ी जो है फास्टैग रिचार्ज में उसी की गाड़ी।
इसके बारे में, गाड़ी के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है किसी गांव वाले को। किसकी
गाड़ी आप ही के गांव में सर खड़ी
में तो मिली। अब गांव में तो आप भी, हमें कहाँ पता आप कहाँ से हो, गांव में तो आप भी आए हो।
अगर गाड़ी खड़ी रहती है,
ये कह रहे हैं कि गांव में गाड़ी के बारे में किसी को पता नहीं है, कौन से खड़ी करके।
आप कह रहे हैं कि आप हैं, हम हैं, तो यहाँ पे सबको पता है, आप लोग तो आए हैं, बात तो कर ही रहे हैं ना सर, तो पता चलता है। गांव में तो ये कहता है कि अगर परिंदा भी पर मारता है तो पता चल जाता है, सब एक साथ मिलके रहते हैं, जुट के रहते हैं।
मैडम रहते हैं, लेकिन इसके बारे में किसी को नॉलेज नहीं है।
सामने गाड़ी लगी नहीं पता,
हमने नहीं देखी, हमने देखी
नहीं देखी मैडम।
ये गाड़ी आपने देखी?
नहीं देखी।
आप लोगों ने किसी ने
गांव में 100-200 गाड़ी यहाँ है, ऐसा कोई हर एक गाड़ी पे
साइड में वो लाल गाड़ी लगी हुई है।
नहीं तो गांव बहुत बड़ा है मैडम, गाड़ी तो साइड में।
गाड़ी की तलाशी और लगातार समाचार के माध्यम से भी बताया जा रहा था कि अगर ये गाड़ी जो है खतरनाक हो सकता है, आप सबके लिए भी खतरनाक हो सकता है। इस गाड़ी में यहाँ पे बच्चे रहते हैं, परिवार रहता है, किसी के लिए भी एक रिस्क वाली बात भी हो जाती है।
बिल्कुल मैडम, गलत काम के साथ बिल्कुल नहीं है। हम देश के साथ हैं, समाज के साथ हैं, कानून के साथ हैं। हम भी इसकी घोर निंदा करते हैं। जो बम ब्लास्ट हुआ है दिल्ली में, हम उसकी भी घोर निंदा करते हैं। और इस गाड़ी के बारे में हमें किसी प्रकार की नॉलेज नहीं, अगर होता तो हम प्रशासन के लिए हम बता देते।
ये एक सरपंच है, एक सरपंच
है।
हाँ जी
सर, देखिए समाचार माध्यम से भी लगातार ये बताया जा रहा है और ये भी जानकारी मिल रही है कि करीब 2.5 घंटे से गाड़ी यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई थी। करीब 2.5 घंटे से गाड़ी यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई।
यहाँ पे
हाँ।
देखो, हमने मैडम नहीं देखी।
आप लोगों में से किसी ने गाड़ी
किसी ने नहीं देखी।
तो अधिकतर अगर यहाँ के युवाओं की बात करें तो वो दोस्तों के साथ घूमते हैं, खेलते हैं, बैठते हैं, उन्होंने तो ध्यान दिया होगा।
गाड़ी के बारे में किसी नहीं पता, किसी को नहीं पता।
किसी ने ध्यान, तो देखिए यहाँ पे लोगों का कहना है कि इसमें से किसी ने भी ध्यान नहीं दिया है गाड़ी को लेकर के, किसी को नहीं पता है। लेकिन ये गाड़ी जो हमें जानकारी मिल रही है, यानी पिछले 2-2.5 घंटे से वो गाड़ी यहाँ पे खड़ी हुई थी और ऐसे में देखिए अभी भी वो गाड़ी जो है यहाँ पे खड़ी है। इलाके को जो है कार्डन ऑफ कर दिया गया है, पुलिस किसी को भी आगे नहीं जाने दे रही है और इंतजार एफएसएल की टीम का, इंटेलिजेंस का किया जा रहा है कि आखिर वो कब यहाँ पे पहुंचे और इसकी जांच करे कि गाड़ी के अंदर क्या है, कोई विस्फोटक सामग्री तो नहीं है। इसका भी देखिए जो है एक शक जो है वो पुलिस शक जता रही है। हालांकि इंतजार अब एफएसएल की टीम का है, वो भी तस्वीरें हम आपको बहुत जल्द दिखाएंगे जब यहाँ पे एफएसएल की टीम यहाँ पे पहुंचेगी और ये जब गाड़ी को निकाल करके लेके भी जाएगी। लेकिन इस बीच यहाँ के लोगों का यही कहना है, उन्हें कोई जानकारी नहीं थी, लेकिन पुलिस की बहुत बड़ी सफलता है कि ये संदिग्ध गाड़ी जो है वो पुलिस ने बरामद कर ली है। यस, बैक टू द स्टूडियो।
As we're going to slip into a quick break, we're also going to try and understand, Shavan, later whether the key people, like you were saying, also traveled to places outside India, whether they traveled to Turkey, whether there was any international support that they were receiving. We're back with those top focus stories after a short break. Stay on with us.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जलजीरा मसाला।
The nation's most trusted news network enters the world of education. Introducing India's largest college rankings, driven by data, defined by credibility, designed for students and parents to make informed choices. Republic Education College Rankings, powered by collegedunia.com.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School, Bengaluru.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड.
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है.
Startup Park by IQ Ventures in Bengaluru is rapidly becoming the heart of India's startup ecosystem. The ongoing Startup Festival celebrates this spirit by bringing together dynamic founders, investors, and thought leaders from across the country. One of the highlights of the festival is the presence of Anupam Mittal, the visionary founder of Shaadi.com and People Group, who offers unparalleled insights into entrepreneurship and investment.
You know, young founders sometimes make a lot of mistakes, and to somebody to hold their hand is very important. So I think besides capital, that's what Startup Park is bringing: education, incubation, mentorship. So when you come under the same roof, under a Startup Park, that actually propels you forward. So that's a very powerful enabling factor. The youth are now fascinated with building their own startups. So there is no better way than to become a job creator as opposed to a job seeker. So kudos to Startup Park to enable this vision.
The vision is clear, transforming Bengaluru into India's definitive startup capital, propelling innovation on a global stage. The Startup Festival is more than a celebration. It's a catalyst that turns ideas into impact and dreams into reality.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे. केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार. विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ.
8 मिनट में तैयार.
क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला.
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड.
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का.
MDH की देगी मिर्च.
Thank you for being with us on the special broadcast here on Republic TV. Ladies and gentlemen, along with Shravan and Rhythm, we here at Republic TV are piecing together the entire Delhi blast conspiracy. The next angle and one of the most critical aspects of this entire case has been, Shravan and Rhythm, how one campus became a den of Jaish-e-Mohammed, and it was right in front of us. It was in the national capital region, Delhi NCR, and nobody saw it coming.
Yes. I wanted to ask Shravan the details of this, because Al-Falah University, where we also sent our colleague there, and we're going to ask Shravan details about, Shravan, what really was happening here when there are so many doctors from there now being arrested?
Well, in fact, they needed a cover so that they do not, they evade the gaze of the security agencies, and that's how they operated. Omar, Muzammil, Adil, as well as Shaheen, they all were associated in one way or the other with Al-Falah University. This is a university which is basically run by a trust, and what's interesting here is that they were staying inside the campus. In fact, when this afternoon, our colleague Soumya actually went in, it turned out that a large number of students were actually from Kashmir. Nothing against Kashmir here, but having said that, the reality is that in the garb of certain schemes, what we have essentially seen is that they have misutilized this to a greater extent. And they were operating from the university campus itself. Multiple meetings of the terror conspirators did actually happen inside the university campus.
And therefore, what we're going to look at, Shravan, looking at this is what the NI is also doing, like Shravan was telling us. This is what we're going to see. The NI and other authorities have tried to conduct searches on the campus, recovered also explosives, ammunitions, investigating the potential links to Pakistan-based terror groups. Republic went inside the campus, and here is what we saw.
Al-Falah University, located in the Dhauj village of Faridabad district of Haryana. This university has now become the latest focus of a massive terror crackdown. 7 suspects, all with links to Jammu and Kashmir, were arrested, including medical students at Faridabad's Al-Falah University, from where police arrested Dr. Muzammil Shakil and seized ammonium nitrate, an AK-47 rifle and ammunition from his room. Exclusive visuals accessed by Republic show the laboratories, classrooms and hostels where investigators have been now conducting searches. Teams of multiple agencies are reportedly looking into the alleged links of the detained doctors associated with Al-Falah University.
Right now I'm inside the Al-Falah University, which is at the hem of the Faridabad terror module and has been under scanner specifically from last 3 days, and last 24 hours have been very, very crucial, as you've seen how the university has been completely taken over by police officials. And now behind me you can see the visuals of the building. The building in question is the same place where Muzammil Shakil, the first arrest that was made by the Jammu and Kashmir police in this Faridabad terror module, along with him the terror doctor Shaheen and the main suspect of the Delhi police, Umar Nabi. They all used to stay here.
But the university has denied any wrongdoing. In an official statement, the Vice Chancellor Professor Bhupinder Kaur Anand has called the allegations baseless and defamatory. And the university has now condemned the media reports, calling them misleading. Despite the denials, the atmosphere inside the campus remains tense.
This particular quarter behind me is the same place which is provided for the resident doctors or the assistant professors. This is being told to us is where all 3 of them used to live. This is the particular place where all the alleged meetings between the 3 of them used to take place. As per the sources within the university, under this quarter, the resident doctors have been provided 2 BHK flats. So was the case with Muzammil Shakil, for that matter, the terror doctor Shaheen, or for that matter, the prime suspect of Delhi police and NIA also, for that matter, at the moment of Delhi blast, the main suspect Umar Nabi.
The probe has brought the spotlight at the Al-Falah University, which was established in 2014. As security agencies continue their probe and questions emerge, Republic's cameras are inside, bringing the reality from ground zero.
Yes.
In fact, I wanted to ask Shavan and Niranjan this question. Was the target always the Red Fort area, or was there a last-minute change, Shavan?
Well, the target, I would say multiple targets, not just one place and not just Delhi. Multiple cities, reconnaissance has been done for various other places. Well, what the investigators are essentially indicating right now, that it may not have happened yesterday on 10th of November. It could have happened sometime later. And that was the plan. What was the ultimate plan? The ultimate plan was carry out multiple targets. This information was in fact with us even before 10th of November. If you remember, Niranjan, in the newsroom, we were basically discussing this when this entire module was actually busted. And information that came in from our sources within the intelligence agencies was this, that there was a larger plan. And it becomes very clear from the explosives that have basically been recovered, which indicates that they wanted to carry out attacks at number of other locations.
Yes. You know, Rhythm, looking at the nature of the blast, we don't have the exact number, but just when we walked into this show, we were discussing how the quantity of explosives that were actually inside Umar's Nabi's car may have been less than 100, safely assuming less than 100 kilograms. But they had nearly 3 tons. Just to give our viewers a perspective, in the Bombay blast of 1993, ladies and gentlemen, when 257 people were killed, roughly about 250 kilograms was used. But this was 10 times more, and 88 bags of explosives have been found in this particular case.
So, Shavan, this is massive, the explosives that we are looking at. The number of these sheer explosives clearly shows a very sinister plan was to be hatched.
It was being planned for 2 years. This entire warlike ammunition that you have seen, which have been recovered, was being amassed by Muzammil, Adil, as well as Umar for almost 2 years put together. Now, what is not clear is that whether at all this was coming in from outside India, because some report essentially coming in, I cannot confirm at this stage, is that it may have come in from across the border. Where is it? That is part of the investigation. And the fact that right now, as we speak, suppliers have been taken into custody. I just spoke about 40 minutes ago with a source of mine in Jammu and Kashmir Police, where they said even Eura that was being supplied, they've been able to identify where it has come from. We're expecting some more arrests to take place in the next 24 hours.
And therefore, viewers, this was not the only target. Did the bombers change their plans in the last minute? Therefore, the answer could be yes. The new CCTVs also trails, raising that very question. The white Hyundai i20 that exploded near Red Fort was seen hours earlier, Niranjan, circling Connaught Place, one of Delhi's busiest commercial hubs, before heading towards Chandni Chowk. Investigators are now probing whether Connaught Place was the first target, and if Red Fort blast was a last-minute switch. Republic pieces together the route from Faridabad to Delhi's heart to decode the bombers' final plan and possible change of strike zone.
Entry at 3:19 p.m. Exit at 6:28 in the evening. And then a blast. It was 7:30 a.m. on November 10th when a white Hyundai i20 first appears outside a hospital in Faridabad. 8:04 a.m. it enters Delhi through the Badarpur toll, heading deeper into the capital. At 8:20 a.m., CCTV at a petrol pump in Okhla industrial area captures the same white Hyundai i20. The man behind the wheel, terror doctor Umar Nabi, drives, his face covered by a mask. What seems like an ordinary morning commute is in fact the start of a planned journey through Delhi's high-value targets. 2:30 p.m, the i20 is seen again, this time at Connaught Place's inner circle, weaving through the traffic. Probe agencies say that the car's slow circuit around the core of the business district indicates possible target surveillance, testing crowd density, traffic movement and exit routes. 3:15 p.m, the car enters the Sunheri Masjid parking lot, a few hundred meters from the Red Fort. CCTV shows the car parked, engine off, windows rolled up. For 3 hours, Omar remains inside, motionless, unseen, and undetected. 6:48 p.m. he drives out, and at 6:52 p.m. the blast rocks the national capital. A fireball at the Chandni Chowk signal just outside Al-Falah Metro Gate number 1. 9 lives lost, dozens injured, and a city in shock. The CCTV trail lays bare a chilling pattern. A bomber who drove past one potential target before striking another. The route, the timing, the chilling patience, all pointing to a man who watched, who waited, and who struck when Delhi was most vulnerable. The unanswered question remains: was Red Fort the chosen target, or was it simply the most accessible one?
And as we speak, there are multiple raids that are underway. Perhaps the biggest, Shawan, even after Pahalgam attack, even after Operation Sindoor or during Operation Sindoor, we didn't see the scale of the crackdown that we are seeing now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the sheer number of raids, the CASOs, whatever you're seeing in Jammu and Kashmir. And now you were talking about how it's spread to Maharashtra, right, as they go after the Jamaat-e-Islami, or they probe the Jamaat-e-Islami links. Somewhere I get the feeling that after this attack, our agencies and everybody, including the government, have realized that this is it and no more.
Well, in fact, Niranjan, if you remember, just before or on 10th of November, in the morning when I spoke to you,
yes,
we had the information that non-kinetic operation was basically underway, and the fact that it was not limited to 3 districts. There were searches that were being carried out over the weekend too.
Yes.
And the fact that they were basically targeting organizations which were basically linked to certain funding, they were basically receiving dubious funding. And it turns out today they basically are looking at the Jamaat-e-Islami, and we're looking at multiple districts with searches being carried out in over 200 locations. Jamaat-e-Islami becomes extremely important only because they believe this is an organizational structure that they have which has direct links with the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. And that is the reason why it is not only limited to Jammu and Kashmir. This morning, searches were also carried out in Maharashtra.
Right.
One of the largest in recent years, targeting residences and also premises of these JEI members. But this is banned, Shawan, and not now, but it's been banned for the longest time, this organization.
Well, they've always operated in a clandestine manner. You have undercover agents. They are very closely linked to overground workers. The government has been perhaps on an overdrive to ensure that they do not operate, but it seems that in different names, from using different fronts, originally it's the Jamaat-e-Islami that is still managing to operate.
You know, here on Republic TV, viewers, we're giving you the entire conspiracy, what's being looked at, what is the security forces looking at. Now we're going to tell you the security forces have intensified the anti-terror operations in Jammu and Kashmir following the blast, detaining over 1,000 people, conducting more than 200 raids there. The crackdown is targeting banned outfits like Jamaat-e-Islami that Shawan was telling us about. The relatives of terrorists operating from Pakistan, authorities have seized incriminating documents, digital devices, and also printed materials that is being linked to the banned organizations. Niranjan?
Yes. So
the raids are a part of a larger effort to dismantle the terror support networks and prevent further attacks. The key districts like Kulgam, Anantnag, Shopian have seen significant operations, with police now questioning several JEI members and associates. Take a look at what's been happening.
The Delhi blast probe has now triggered one of the biggest counter-terror crackdowns in Jammu and Kashmir in the recent years. Investigators have intensified their focus on People's Anti-Fascist Front, suspected to be a front for Jaish-e-Mohammed. According to the sources, PAFF spokesperson Tanveer Ahmed Rathre, who regularly issued statements after attacks on security forces, is now under the scanner. Agencies suspect that his real identity could be Dr. Adil Ahmed Rathore, a medical professional arrested after an AK-47 rifle was found in his locker. On ground, massive raids are underway across multiple districts of Jammu and Kashmir. In Kulgam, Baramulla, Pulwama, Sopore and Avantipur. Police and intelligence units raided homes, offices and hideouts of JEI members and sympathizers. Nearly 500 individuals have been questioned and many detained.
The investigation actually is going on here at the place because this is the first place where from the AK-47 was recovered from the locker. In fact, Dr. Adil, Muzammil and the Omar, they were all working here as the senior residents before they left their job. As far as the Adil is concerned, he's with the Srinagar police. The Muzammil has also been arrested by the Srinagar police, and the one who was absconding, Dr. Omar, as per the reports suggesting, he was the one who was driving that vehicle that led to the blast in Delhi yesterday evening, in which multiple casualties and injuries have been reported. Now the investigating agencies are investigating the role of the doctors. Are all other doctors also having some links with the terror module? That is the past of investigation.
In Kulgam district alone, more than 200 premises linked to JEI and its affiliates were searched. Incriminating documents, digital devices and literature were seized. Material now sent for forensic examination. In Sopore, police raided over 25 locations, acting on intelligence inputs that JEI-linked individuals were attempting to revive the network under new fronts. Similar raids were also conducted in Avantipur, where several JEI members were questioned and bound down under the law. Digital and printed propaganda materials were also recovered. The Jammu and Kashmir police say that these operations are part of a sustained counter-militancy drive aimed at dismantling logistical, financial and ideological structures of the banned outfits. The crackdown is both preventive and an intelligence-driven mission, focusing on ground-level sympathizers and financial conduits that support these terror groups. Visuals from across the district showed door-to-door searches, recovery of materials and coordination between local police, CRPF and SOG teams. For now, over 200 raids, hundreds questioned and a clear message from the security establishment. India will not allow terror to breathe.
Well, at a time when you would have expected political leaders to act in a mature manner and stand united, that's exactly the opposite that has happened. And particularly, the Gupkar gang, Niranjan, has been perhaps, they've followed exactly what they've done all this while.
Yeah. Well, Rhythm, this has been one of the biggest struggles. We expected them to come out and say that whatever is happening is wrong and to condemn the terror attack unequivocally, but not put caveats. Unfortunately, today you had Mehbooba Mufti say that forces should go soft on suspects. She wants forces to go soft on suspects. Rhythm, what do you think about it? And then we'll go straight to the package.
I think Mehbooba Omar playing to the same political game that they always do. It's time, whether it's appeasing the Burhan Wami lovers or Afzal Guru lovers, they try and understand this is one India we're talking about. So that package read that we're actually talking about, Niranjan and Shawan, Umar Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti really need to realize that when it's India we're talking about, Mehbooba Mufti stand backing the arrested terror suspects and telling the agencies not to go overboard. This stance is once again igniting a political fault line.
In the aftermath of the Delhi terror attack case that killed nearly 12 people and injured 20 others, a major political controversy has now erupted. 4 terror conspirators, the terror doctors, have been detained. And still underway are the raids across the valley in multiple locations on the Jaish-e-Mohammed terror suspects. As agencies tighten the crackdown on the Faridabad-based terror doctor-led Jaish-e module, PDP chief and former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti has come out openly backing the accused, saying agencies must not go overboard during the probe.
सरकार को चाहिए वो फर्क करे, जो लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व हैं, जो मुजरिम हैं, उनको कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दो, मगर जो शक के बिना पे जिनके रिश्तेदारों को आप इस वक्त पकड़ दकड़ कर रहे हो, उनके साथ तरीके से पेश आइए। उनको मुजरिम समझ के तफरीश मत कीजिए। उनको सिर्फ ये जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन होती है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन समझ के इन्वेस्टिगेशन कीजिए। ये अच्छा नहीं है।
The Gupkar gang, who remained silent for 48 hours after the Delhi terror attack, has now urged the government to conduct a free and fair investigation, but not to harass the parents of the arrested doctors.
कि मैंने खुद देखा टीवी पे, जिस तरह एक डॉक्टर के बाप, उसका क्या कसूर है, उसके मुंह पे काला कपड़ा डाल के उसको धक्के घसीटा जा रहा था। ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। ये नहीं होना चाहिए। मुझे पता है, मुझे मालूम है, जो दिल्ली में हमारे लोग इस हादसे का शिकार हुए, उनके घर वालों के दिलों पे क्या गुजरती होगी। हमने ये कई बार देखा, कश्मीर में होते हुए देखा, जम्मू कश्मीर में होते, हमें तकलीफ समझती हूँ, मगर सरकार को चाहिए वो फर्क करे। जो लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व हैं, जो मुजरिम हैं, उनको कड़ी से कड़ी सजा दो।
But this is not the first time. Earlier, as the aftermath of the Pahalgam attack, when the houses of OGWs were being demolished and raided in the valley, Mehbooba Mufti had then come out in support of the terror backers.
सिर्फ नहीं था, वो हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर के बिलखुसूस कश्मीरियत पे अटैक था, हम लोगों पे अटैक था। इसको हम पूरी तरह से इसकी मजम्मत करते हैं। ये बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। मेरी गुजारिश है, होम मिनिस्टर साहब यहाँ आए हुए हैं, कि वो जल्द अज जल्द पता लगाएं ये कौन से दहशतगर्द हैं जो इसमें मुलव्वस थे, ताकि उनको जल्द अज जल्द सजा दी जाए।
Her statement has now ignited a political fault line between those backing a strong hand against terror and those calling for restraint in investigation. As Delhi remains on high alert and the Delhi police and NIA widens its search, Mehbooba Mufti's defense of the accused has turned into a national flashpoint, pitting politics against the fight on terror.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the faces of terror, but Shaheen has been able to pick up some more details about the Warlike store. So there was one house, Shaheen, and that is the main one. I think yesterday, day before yesterday, when the raids happened in Faridabad, we were told that roughly 2,000, 3,000 kilograms. That was house 2. If that was house 2, where was house 1? And who was handling house 1? If you can tell us a little bit about these war stores in the Delhi NCR region.
All this while, we were talking about just one particular house. In fact, you've had scores of reporters going in and taking a look at it. Questions have essentially been raised on the conduct in the manner in which Faridabad police has conducted themselves. But having said that...
Why is that?
That is because, this is a scene of investigation. Right. That was perhaps tampered.
They let everybody trample on.
Allowed everyone, villagers were allowed to go inside. So the question is the role that they have essentially played. But what I've picked up is that there are not one, but two such locations, two such rented properties. And in fact, one of the Maulvis, that is the Mewat cleric, was actually holding the key to one of the house. And over the last 2 years, this amount that you are essentially looking at, it could not have been possible had they not been amassing it over a long period of time.
So we have a story on that. If you can play the story on that and leave you with the details of the explosives. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, around us in Delhi NCR with 5 to 6 major cities. Take a look.